And welcome back. We're here with Cinema Corner, and of course, producer Charles is next to me because he has all the info on the things you're going to see on the big screen and the small screen.
Well, we're focusing again on big screen this week.
All right.
No small screen new movies that I watched. There were some that came out, but we're not talking about those.
Okay. All right. Then we're only going to talk about the big screen. I guess.
That's what we're doing. So,
all right. What do you got?
First up, how about something based off a true story? Who doesn't love that?
I like those.
So this is Roofman. It's an R-rated crime comedy. So it follows a charismatic criminal who, while on the run from police, hides in a hidden space of a toy store. There, he adopts a new identity and becomes involved with an employee, beginning a relationship as unlikely as it is risky. So this stars Channing Tatum, Kirsten Dunst, and Peter Dinklage.
Okay, that's a good cast.
Yeah, it is. And I truly do think that this is Channing Tatum's one of his best roles. Because in a lot of films, he plays that goofy, comedic character, you know.
Yeah.
This one's a more grounded, realistic character. And he lost like 70 pounds for this role.
Really?
Yeah, he's really slimmed down, you know.
Oh, yeah, because he's kind of a buff
guy.
Yeah,
he's a more beefy, buff guy. And yeah, he slimmed down for this one. So,
okay.
I did like that, you know, it was a more grounded role for him compared to that over-the-top comedic side character he normally plays. It is an enjoyable story, enjoyable and good film to watch, but it kind of feels like the story is flat. And the way...
Yeah, how so?
Yeah, watching it, I was kind of like, how do I describe how I'm feeling with this film? I just feel like it was very... Monotone's not probably the right word to use, but very much like, this is just happening. You
Not
know,
a lot of depth.
There wasn't any like crazy action sequences. There wasn't any like, it didn't feel like the stakes were crazy high.
Okay.
You know, and that's what makes a film good. You have those stakes. You have those, you know, those kind of things.
He's just a guy who lived in the ceiling, and there's a girl who works here, and he strikes up a romance.
So I feel like they just struggle to translate that into the story.
Yeah.
You know.
Where does Peter Dinklage come in?
He's the store manager. So the toy store is Toys R Us. So there's a bit of nostalgia in this because you see he hides in Toys R Us, you see Blockbusters, you see stores that aren't around anymore.
Right.
So it throws in that early thousands nostalgia. So does this ring a bell, the story? Because it took place in North Carolina.
It isn't, and maybe just by the way you described it, it's like, okay, guy hid in the roof.
Right.
It's not like he was a serial killer or anything like that.
Right, because he robbed fast food basically, like McDonald's, Burger King's, and there's no harm to anybody.
Yeah.
Really, in those robberies, he'd put them in the employees in the freezer. You know, he'd make sure they have their coat. He was a nice bad guy. Okay. You know.
Okay.
So the crazy thing is that he hid in Toys R Us, at least in the film. I don't know how they took liberties, but for like 6 months.
Really?
Yeah. So, kind of crazy.
I've been to Toys R Us.
Yeah.
I remember it. I mean, we had it right here in Springfield. They didn't have any food there, so is that why he robbed the McDonald's?
No, so the McDonald's and everything was beforehand.
Oh, okay.
He ate peanut M&Ms. That's basically almost his whole diet until he started dating Kirsten Dunst's character. Yeah. And then he finally started, going out. But the whole time he was staying in the store. So when he met Kirsten's character, he went to the dentist and they said he had like 19 cavities. Because his diet was only peanut M&Ms.
A diet of chocolate, yes, yeah. I guess so.
So it's an interesting one.
Maybe the hook of the movie is that you think he's going to do something.
Yeah.
Because obviously if he's in the ceiling and she's working, he's keeping an eyeball on her.
Yeah. The way I described it is it's a good background noise. Wow.
Okay.
All right. In the credits, I always like, for any based on true stories, they have like pictures of, the real people. Well, they actually had interviews with some of the real life counterparts of the movie characters.
Ah.
So like Kirsten Dunst's character, they talked to her. One of the actual people had a role in the film as well, like a small one.
Yeah.
But he was the driver that drove like the truck at prison that he used to get away. But so far, I was kind of surprised. It's only made $8 million worldwide.
Okay.
So
maybe some of the things that you're saying could be a reason.
Maybe.
Maybe there's not a lot of talk about the movie. Like, you got to go see this.
And I saw that for Alamo, because the person's name is Jeffrey, that apparently they were letting Jeffries to watch the movie for free. I don't know if that was just a specific day or not, but I was like, oh, that's kind of fun.
Yeah.
So, if you've seen it, you might enjoy it more than I. I mean, I didn't hate it though. I gave it. That's an average movie,
Okay.
Would I watch it again? Probably not. But I didn't dislike
Background
it. Yeah,
kind of thing.
exactly.
Okay. All right, background noise movie.
Right. So then, also moving on this weekend, we had a new Disney film,
Yes.
Tron Ares.
Yes, I think a lot of people have been waiting for it.
I don't know. in
Maybe
all
not as
honesty.
many as the way they hype it.
Yeah, so PG-13 sci-fi action, as you'd expect. This is the third installment in the Tron series following the 1982 film and the 2010 Legacy.
Yeah.
So the story for this one, a highly sophisticated program called Ares is sent from the digital world into the real world on a dangerous mission.
Okay.
So it kind of takes on this, so Jared Leto's our star. He takes on Ares, this AI, basically.
Okay.
So AI is a hot topic in today's world right now, They don't really make a stance on AI at all, one way or another.
It's just
So
something that is.
it's just something that is.
Okay.
So starring alongside Leto, we have Greta Lee, Evan Peters, and Jodie Turner-Smith. So a pretty stacked cast, in all honesty. It's a Tron movie. That's about what I can say for it. Story-wise, for like all the other Trons, meh. Visuals and action sequences, top-notch.
Sure, they're getting better at those all the time.
Right.
Now, Ares is the god of war. Is this about war? Do they make any reference to
They
that?
do make it reference to the God of War because Jodie's character, she's like the lieutenant of Ares in there. Her name is Athena.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
So
Going
their
back to
names
the
weren't
Greek.
intentional,
Yes,
but
yes.
I will say, this is my opinion, that I think this is one of Leto's better performances.
Okay.
He plays a more normal, not weird character. Like he normally does. Like the
That
Joker.
may be why I didn't recognize him in the promos. Yeah.
Right. Now, I think that a lot of people are turned off by him being in the film, just because a lot of people don't like Jared Leto's
That's true.
performances.
That's true.
But I think it was more of a more normal one, It didn't,
Obviously, Disney saw something in him.
right. But Greta Lee, love her. Evan Peters plays a phenomenal sleazy evil character. He can pull those characters off easily, I think.
Is there any knockback to Bridges in it at all?
Jeff Bridges is our only returning character.
Okay.
He has a small role.
That's fine.
So, and that's not a spoiler because it's in the trailer.
Yeah, I know.
I kind of wish they wouldn't have put that in the trailer. I think it would have had a better,
reception.
reception to it.
Okay.
So this is a sequel to 2010's Legacy. The sequel, to Legacy was originally actually announced a couple months before Legacy was even released in 2010. And it was supposed to continue the story of Garrett Hedlund and Olivia Wilde's characters after they go back to the real world from Tron,
Right.
But in 2015, Disney scrapped the film. Hedlund said it was due to the box office failure of Tomorrowland, starring George Clooney.
That was a good film. I liked it.
Didn't watch it. It was on my watch list, but I never watched it.
I did.
But
I liked it. It wasn't a blockbuster, but I thought it was.
I do remember hearing that a lot of people didn't like it, but I haven't watched it. But then 2 years later, in 2017, they decided to soft reboot the film. So it does take place after Legacy,
Okay.
but it doesn't diminish anything from the first two movies. Yes, it's a soft reboot, but the things happen still in that universe. It's still canon. Bridges is the only one that returned as Kevin Flynn. The film score is very good.
Okay.
9 Inch Nails did the score.
Right.
And a lot of people really like the music. And there's some other artists, their songs in there, but there's some originals from 9 Inch Nails that they removed.
Yeah, their logo is all over the promotions for it. Yeah.
So if you're a fan of Tron, you'll probably like it just because you like the visuals and everything.
I think that's what made Tron more than anything was the visual.
Right.
It was kind of ahead of its time. Maybe with its time, and now, boom.
Yeah.
The visuals are going to be terrific,
Right.
I would imagine.
I will say I think that they are setting up for a fourth film at the
Ah.
end, but I think it's going to have to do with the box office because worldwide it's only made $33.5 million on a budget of $180 million.
Yeah, that was an expensive
So,
movie to make.
yeah. I don't think a lot of people are too thrilled, mainly because Leto. is in it.
Okay.
I think that's what's deterring a lot of people.
Maybe so. Maybe so. Maybe this is his attempt to get a little more mainstream instead of,
Right.
playing whacked out roles.
Yeah, you never know. So it'll be interesting to see if they actually make the fourth one and continue on, or if they decide to scrap it.
All right.
So now let's go to a little musical drama.
Okay.
Kiss of the Spider-Woman.
Oh, yeah. That's been everything.
Oh yeah, it has. So this follows Valentine, a political prisoner, as he shares a cell with Melina, a convicted of public indecency. An unlikely bond forms as Melina recounts a Hollywood musical plot starring Ingrid Luna. So this is based on the novel and musical of the same name. There's also a film from '85 with the same name as well. So like I said, it's been everything. But the screenplay for this one was actually written and adapted by Bill Condon. He did 2002 Chicago.
Yes.
So
Knew I recognized that name.
yeah, he also ended up, I believe, directing this one as well.
Okay.
So for taking on our roles, we have Diego Luna, Tana Tiu, and Jennifer Lopez. And, believe it or not, executive producers Ben Affleck and Matt Damon.
Really?
Mm-hmm. Yep, they pop up
Oh,
as
they
executive producers.
joined forces again.
Right. So I was kind of curious. I was like, I mean, obviously, all of this probably was shot and everything before the Ben and J-Lo split.
Maybe.
So
Maybe.
I'm kind of curious where that fell on the time period with that. But
Okay.
Diego Luna and Tana Tiu are the shining stars, though.
All right.
They're amazing performances, real, raw. They're playing these war-torn victims, prisoners from Argentina. So I just thought they were phenomenal. Yes, Lopez has the bigger name, and you probably think, oh, she's the star. But no, she's more of a minor supporting character.
Okay.
So she's only in the musical side of things. So she really brings that old Hollywood look and feel to the film.
So she's an important part.
She's an important
Yeah.
part, yes. But
It's just not the main.
yes,
Okay.
the musical numbers are fantastic. I think their sets and costumes were just gorgeous.
Okay.
It really felt like they put that Broadway effort into the sets, So Lopez shared that her musical numbers were actually each filmed in one take as well.
Get out.
Well, they were kind of rushing her scenes as well because of her tour that was originally supposed to happen.
Okay.
So they were like, let's get her done before she starts touring. But then the tour got canceled. So the visuals are top notch. I really appreciated and loved. You have your two different worlds. You have the real world where Melina and Valentine are going through the story, and then you have the musical world. The color, the vibrancy of the musical world that pops up is just gorgeous between the.
Stark contrast.
It's a very stark contrast.
Okay.
Very pretty. Like I said, the costumes and sets were top notch as well. If you like musicals,
I do.
I would definitely say this is a good one to watch. Now, it's only...
It's a good story.
It is.
It's, it came out of a novel. It was well written.
Yeah, it's a very good story. I will say I was surprised it's only made $1 million worldwide, though, so far, on a budget of $30 million. So hopefully it'll climb a little bit more, but I'm not sure.
You just don't know what,
Well, and I think a lot of people just don't care for musical movies, unfortunately.
Many times that's true.
Yeah, which I appreciate. I love a good musical movie, as long as it's well executed.
I think people are more attuned right now to animated musicals.
That's true.
Like Disney does that throughout its,
Yeah.
the time it's been around.
Right.
And they're not necessarily quite as attuned to real life because it's harder to believe that real people all of a sudden break out in song.
Right.
That
well,
kind of
and one of the lines in there is when he gets ready to tell the story. They're like, I'm mixing their names up in my head, so I'm not gonna say who.
That's right.
What. But one of them's like, nobody breaks out in a song in real life.
There you are.
And maybe life would be a little bit more enjoyable if we did.
It would be more fun.
Yeah.
Whatever way, whether you're going, ew.
Right.
Oh, it'd be more fun.
Exactly.
Sure.
So that's what we have this week. That came out this weekend. But moving on to what comes out this upcoming weekend,
Yeah.
we have The Black Phone 2 ahead of
Okay.
Halloween.
That looks like a spooky one.
I need to watch the first one still.
Uh-huh.
It does look.
Anytime there's a phone ringing in the middle of nowhere, it's like, no, don't go in that room.
Right.
Well, this is, no, don't answer that phone.
Well, I don't know this for sure. This is my prediction just from the trailers, because I haven't watched the first one. I think the phone thing is a dream. I don't think it's actually a phone booth in the middle of a frozen,
That's the only
lake.
ones that are left.
That's true. But
You're probably right.
that's my prediction on that.
Okay.
Also, we have Good Fortune this week with Keanu Reeves. He plays a guardian angel. It looks very fun. I'm excited for that one.
I'm betting it's going to be nice.
Right.
Yeah.
And then for the kids, we have Grow.
Okay.
So it's kind of one where this kid can understand plants, and it's a pumpkin growing contest. So the kids might like that one. Perfect for Halloween,
Is that live action?
It's a live action. Mhm.
Live action.
Yep. So not much streaming this week. On Friday, we have a Netflix original animated film called The Twits.
Okay.
It looks interesting.
All right. Well, I'll probably end up watching it.
It doesn't look bad. It just looks like an interesting story. Not in a bad way.
Well, I have a lot to catch up. I mean, I just watched Superman the other day.
That's true. Now, How to Train Your Dragon, the live action one's out there if you want to watch that too.
Yeah.
Came out last week.
I don't look at movies and say, oh, that's an adult movie, and so that's what I watch. If it's going to be a good movie, I don't care if it's a kid's movie.
Well, exactly.
I'll watch it.
And just because it's animated doesn't make it kids either.
Not at all.
But that's what we have this week.
That's good. There's always something good to talk about.
Mm-hmm.
Did you give any of them a 4 or 5 rating at all?
I think I gave Kiss of a Spider Woman a 4.
Okay.
So
that's your high point for the week.
The high point of the week, Kiss of a Spider Woman.
Very good.
So.
All right. Hey, thanks for joining us. And of course, we'll be back again next week on Cinema Corner.